On today's Success or Excuses podcast, we have Anton O'Donnell. Anton, I just watched your movie just not long ago, and then all of a sudden you pop up and you're on my podcast. Tell us a wee bit about yourself.
Yeah, mate, so basically, the last few months have been a bit insane. Spent 10 years working on Concrete Jungle, it's called, and it was like, it was a pilot TV show where I just thought, there's nothing really like this in Scotland. So I wrote the script, and then it was just a case of wrote the script, sent it into competitions, sent it into different places, and I kept getting the kind of, cheers, thanks for your, application.
No.
Basically, we're not having it, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's not good enough. And it was, I don't know if you've kind of probably read some of the kind of articles that come and stuff, but I was working 2 jobs at a time, so I'd work during the day and I'd work at night. The night job, I was doing a bouncer on Circuit Hall Street. Only done that for a few years and stuff because I was just getting extra pocket money, extra play money. Like to keep busy, probably like yourself. I'm on the go as soon as I wake up till I go to bed, right? Do you know what I mean? It's like 24/7, and I've been like that for a long time. So back then it was just graft work. Now I'm actually able to do what I love on the side of it as well. But when I was doing that job, I was just it'd be a long night, so you'd chat about football, boxing, TV shows and movies, and we were saying, we're talking about Power, we're talking about Sopranos, and we're going,
how good is Power? How good is Power?
Have you seen Gamora?
What one?
Gamora?
No.
That's the Italian one.
Oh, is it?
Mate, that's next level. Honestly, it's just
unreal.
unreal.
We'll dive into that though.
So we were just kind of talking about stuff in America, and we're going, how come there's stuff in America when you're in Glasgow, and Glasgow's known for being tough, and it's got
drug culture,
characters,
gang
culture.
It's
like, that our culture should be represented. Our culture should be on the screen. Like, this is our country. Like, we should see our world on it, but it's just never been done and properly. And then I was like, do you know what, man? I'm going to take a stab at this script. So I started reading. How do you write a script? I got myself some books. Obviously, you're saying Success or Excuses. It wasn't a case of, I've not been to university to learn this. I don't have the training. I don't have the experience. It's like, I'll grab a couple of books and just figure it out myself.
Absolutely.
And that's what I did, mate. I just wrote a script, and like I said, I sent it into some writing competitions, get told it wasn't good enough, and I was just like, what, stuff you guys, man, I'll form it myself. And everybody went, you're mental. Everybody was just like, it's never going to happen. And the thing is, like, if you're in that world, so see, if you're in the kind of TV movie world, somebody turns around and says to you, listen, I'm going to film a pilot TV show or a movie by myself. It's not by yourself, you get some great help, but I mean, like, you're driving it. People go, you're mental, it's not possible. Especially my budget for it was $5,000.
Wow.
So that's how much that cost me, mate. And everybody would just go, it's not happening. But I was like, and again, you think about your podcast, there's one quote that always stuck with me, and it was a Tony Robbins quote, and he says, like, people don't have a lack of resources, they've got a lack of resourcefulness. And that's what always stuck in my head, mate. So even though I didn't have much money, like, I was like, what can I get for free? So I got people's cars for free. I got the nightclub that I was working in for free.
Wow. I was trying to work out what nightclub it was.
So it was all couture at the time.
Right.
And then it was like called Juan Chihuahua down the stairs, which is why all the Mexican stuff's in it. And then it's called Mango. Right. So that was a club that I worked in before I went to another club. And so I got that for free. And all the actors worked for free.
That's amazing, man, isn't it?
Mate, unbelievable. And I can't put any words how grateful I am to the actors. Guys like Graham, Brian, Drew, they're the guys behind the camera, and I paid them what I could, basically. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough to
just thank you,
see them through.
Thanks, mate.
Exactly.
Appreciate it.
And that's how I did it, man. Because if you take our group behind the camera, we were doing so many different roles, and it was just like, no excuses, no crap. It's like, just roll up our sleeves, just get a bash,
done.
and let's see what happens. So it was mental, mate, because it would be like 1 second I'd be in front of the camera, you know, doing a scene, and the next I'd be holding a boom mic. Brian's doing the camera, he's doing the sound. Graham's doing the lighting, he's co-directing, and if somebody was to actually film what was happening behind it, it would just look like a bunch of nutters who don't have a clue what they're doing.
But once it's all cut,
I mean, once it's all cut.
I mean, as I said to you, I watched it probably about a few months ago. When I first watched it again, but I watched it for a few first, and I was gutted that it was another series. Do you know that? Because it was, I think it was like number 10 in top STV for watched movies or something, innit? Number 10
for the year, aye. So it's sitting at number 10 for the year, aye.
When's the fucking sequel coming out?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. So, I mean, you talk about frustration. It was number 1 in the UK the week it came out.
Was it?
Aye.
Wow.
So, as soon as it launched, it just, and we were obviously speaking about this before. So I didn't have any marketing budget. So you spend a fortune in marketing, right? That's you know your business. You know how you need to deliver it. Again, I filmed a 45-minute pile in $5,000, and I'm like, what do I do now? Do you know what I mean? How do I get it out there? So I thought, the trailer. I was like, the trailer is the thing that will make the difference.
And it was a great trailer. It was a great trailer.
I just was like, I need to hook people.
The shooting and all that.
I was like, I need to get people. So I made the trailer, made sure it was as tight as possible, and then put it on just all the social media platforms at the same time. I didn't have social media before, all this stuff. Wasn't interested in it, but I was like, for this, I'm going to need it. And then
it's the way of the world, Anton. It's the way of the world, mate.
Actually, I feel like an old guy, man. Like, I go on it, man. I'm like,
I'm the face of my business. I do all
videos. Yes, when you need to record yourself on your phone, being, thanks, and all this is what's happening now, and you're like, I hate it, man.
You just need to get out of it, don't you?
You need to get out your comfort zone and just do it.
Was it not like that too, right? See, when you were watching yourself back on the scenes, were you know, like, oh man,
it's tough, mate.
Aye, because you're like that at the start. Because see, I do loads and loads and loads of YouTubes and things like that with me talking. I do a lot in here, of course, and when I first started, I'm like, oh, I really don't like the sound of my own voice, but I'm like, if I'm going to make a success of this business, I need to get out of it. I need to get out of that shit, because social media want to see the real raw you.
Aye, and
the warts and all.
But what's funny about me is, so I started writing this 10 years ago. Probably started filming about 8 or 7 years ago. So when I watch it back, I'm actually like, I look about 7 years. I'm 7 years younger, mate. So I kind of look at it and go, oh, my hair's a wee bit greyer then. And I was like, I was in good shape then. Do you know what I mean? If it was eating, I could go to the gym every day then. So I kind of watch it and go, oh, I miss those days. You know what I mean? But now when you film myself, I'm like, it's awkward, mate. But you know yourself, you just need to put yourself out there and deal with it. And you know, you get loads of support, there's loads of good comments and all that, so I think a lot is just in your own head.
It is, because you think what people going to think, what they're going to say. You need to, I want to go back. Why is there no a fucking sequel?
Yeah.
Like, why? Because it was brilliant. And you're gutted at it. I mean, right, so not forget that you're sitting there, right? So when I watched it, I'm like, oh, that was shite, man, there's not a sequel. So you're disappointed. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I know that if I'm feeling like that, anybody else watch that's going to be like, oh, that's shite. Where's the sequel? I want to see a sequel.
Right, see, when it came out, I would spend about 2-3 hours a night responding to people on social media saying, where's the next episode? When's the next episode? And that's where my frustration came in, because I was like, oh, it's a done deal now. Number 1 in the UK. It was in the top 10 watched for something like 10 weeks. Aye.
Wow.
And mate, I'm telling you, like, I seen, because you're going checking every day, because it's a wee bit of like, it's still there, it's up, it's done. And I seen so many shows in the top 10 and disappear within that time that had millions per episode spent on it, huge shows. And I'm going, it's got to be a done deal. Like, why would
somebody's going to bite my horn off here?
Exactly.
I'm going to make loads of money. I'm going to sell the rights to it.
It wasn't even the money. It's like you're talking about. It's not even the money. It's like waking up every day and just doing what you love.
Absolutely,
and
man.
That's why I was like, now it's time to actually do this for real. And there was no bite, and I'm going, what the hell's happening here? And then there's just kind of certain things where it's I probably, like, STV have been great for giving me the platform and stuff, but when you take it up that next level, there's a wee bit of risk aversion to, oh, well, what will happen if it's 2 million an episode? You know, that the companies are like a bit worried. BBC have obviously...
You made it for $5,000. Even if you add on like another couple of 100%, you're still only talking 30-40 grand. I'm all right, maybe take me on that per episode, but it's doable.
Exactly.
I mean, you've proven, even if you were paying the camera people when you were paying everybody a proper wage, you know, you're not going to be paying the thousands and thousands, but I mean, you could make it work, couldn't you?
So this is where it comes down to success or excuses, mate. So for me, it's like, I'm not going to sit about and feel sorry for myself. So I've got some help now. Other people are on board because they believe in it as much as like you're talking about it just now. And there's still conversations on about it potentially being a series. You know, there still is broadcasters that are interested, but it's been...
I want to know what happens. What do you mean maybe?
Well, this is the thing, mate. So the pivot is, I'm just going to make it a movie, and what would be the 6 episodes would be put into a movie. So I've already started writing the movie.
Wow, okay, got it.
So no excuses, mate. I'm not going to sit and go, oh, I'm not getting the money, and oh, it's politics, and no, this isn't happening. Do you know what? We'll pivot to a movie. So I could make this for a movie, so then I will be like looking for investors, investments, because to your point,
crowdfunding, all that,
crowdfunding, Kickstarter.
I've actually crowdfunded into a few movies. There was another movie, a Scottish movie, and I paid money into it, just a few £100. But if you get, like, let's say TikTok, if you've got, like, let's say Scottish TikTok, and I mean, with there's thousands of, you know, hundreds of thousands of people on it, and everybody's sticking in 20 quid, 30 quid, 100 quid.
Exactly.
There's your movie.
Mate,
there's your movie.
You're probably talking about 250 grand is what we need.
There you go, there's your movie.
And to your point, 25,000 people putting a tenner. Like, that's nowhere near the amount of people that have watched the show.
Aye, I know.
Do you know
what
I
mean?
In.
Get it up and running, I'm in.
So that's it, mate. I think that's the next step, because I forget what I was going to say there. So social media. So there was no social media a couple of weeks before the show started. I think it's up to about 660,000 views on social media in a few months. Do you know, that's completely organic. I don't have 20 grand a month to spend on marketing like you, mate. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, can I maybe boost something for a tenner? I've tried that a couple of times. I'm like, oh, it wasn't even worth it.
I'm boosting shite.
I know. I was like, I should have just went and get myself a McDonald's or a KFC or something. Do you know what I mean? But so mate, that's there. My only concern is it came out and it was so popular. It was so in the moment. Time's passed now as a moment passed. So again, put it out there, see how it does. But again, private investment, there might be international distribution, domestic distribution. So that's how you'll find out what happens next, mate. But I think it's going to be the movie.
You know, all you need is, and I'm not into that world, but it's just having, if you can raise the cash, right? You know, £250,000, bang out a movie. If you keep to the script and the language, and because it's well written, right? There's no two ways about it. It's well written.
Thank you.
You know, there's a nice flow to it. As I say, I was gutted at the end of it. I was gutted, and I really believe, like you've mentioned it a few times, success or excuses. You've either just got to go for it, or no. I mean, my own journey, nearly everything in my life is, I've always been at a crossroads, right? Because I was a wee shite, right, when I was growing up. And I was always at a crossroads, and I had that path or that path. Even the kind of drug path. Or no, and I was always kind of, no, this isn't going to bring any, this is only going to be trouble. And I've always been able to, even though I went down the paths, been able to go no, and turn back and go, this isn't the right path for me. And the reason that I'm bringing that up is, there must have been times, right? I'm going to go back a wee bit. So see, when you first started making it, the series, when you had the idea and you were getting the knockbacks, what was that? What did that feel like to you? And I mean, because there must have been times you were just absolutely gutted.
Oh, 100%.
Because you're not always like, oh, I'm going to make this work. You're like, oh.
I'm a very driven person. Like, unbelievably driven. Doesn't matter what I do. I don't know what it is. It's just a part of my personality.
It's a mindset, mate. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. That's it. It's
Don't
a
know
mindset.
where it comes from. There's maybe certain things you go, that was a wee trigger point, I remember that.
Yeah.
But it is just part of my makeup. So
People ask me that question as well, by the way. What makes you so motivated? How come you're so driven?
I don't know.
I just always seem to have been like this.
I always think, like, how are you not?
Aye.
It's not, to me, I don't think, like, why are you? I just think, like, why would
are
you not be?
Aye,
Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
It's
Life
like,
happens to you, for you.
you've only got one life, and you've only got, 24 hours a day. Like, what are you going to do? And it's life is hard for everybody, and if you're working a job and you get a family and you're trying to juggle everything, mate, it's hard going. So not everybody can have the energy to stay up to 11, 12, 1 in the morning and work on something else.
I know, but if you want, so here's one of my quotes, right? It's in the want to that you find the how to. See, if you want something bad enough, you will find a way.
Yeah.
Now, that might be pain, it might be tears, it might be snotters, but you'll find a way. I mean, see, when I started my business, the first 2 years were hell, by the way. Horrendous.
Can I imagine?
No money. I used to work in oil and gas. I had to sell my designer watches. To be able to keep the business going, I ended up no selling it, but I put my car up for sale because I thought, I'm all in. I don't have another plan here. Like, this is happening. I need to make this happen. I'm in my head, right? I'm turning this into a multi-million pound business.
Wow.
And that's it.
Yeah.
Like, this is going to happen. And it's the same with you. I suppose that's the drive. It's, well, why would you know?
Yeah.
Like, even if I get it wrong, I'm going to learn and I'm going to try something else. And then I'll learn for that and I'll try something else until eventually somebody goes, I'm buying into it. I'm in there. I'm in with you, and then away you go.
And that's the thing, like, even though the series hasn't been picked up, it's opened other doors as well for other stuff that I've got. So there's other conversations going on at the moment about other things in terms of shows that I have and things like that as well. But to your point, at the start I was more like, I'll show you, I'll prove you wrong. But in my head I thought, I can appreciate it. So if you're having a competition, right, and you get a writing competition, so you get 2,000 scripts a year.
Yeah.
It's hard to...
And a lot of them will be professional writers.
The competitions are amateurs, the one
Right,
that
okay,
I put in,
okay.
so you can't have a writing credit.
Right, okay.
But to your point, a lot of these people have been at uni, they've studied for 4 years, they've had the structure, they've had the professor help them, whatever. And I thought, do you know what? Like, I don't blame you, because all you're seeing is words in a script.
Aye.
I'm thinking about this 24/7. You're reading 5 pages and make a judgment.
I can visualise it.
I can visualise it, you can't.
Aye.
So I was like, I need to make it. That's because then you see it.
Aye.
It's no words in a page. Then you see it.
I love that, man.
And then that's where I was like, right, okay, so I was working at 2 jobs, mate. I would take any extra money that I had from that and I would put it into filming. I was also renovating the house at the time as well. I bought a repossession. So that's, I don't know if you've ever done that before, but obviously I've spoke to people that have, mate. Everybody.
Our biggest sector is construction.
Mate, twice as
Property
long
development.
10 times the money. Do you know what I mean? I'm going to buy a
that's a normal
repossession.
story, innit?
I'm going to flip it. I'm going to
make
money.
all this money. Aye.
Horrendous, man. six years later, living in the place, it was mad. So,
and building a movie and doing a job, 2 jobs.
So I was about 40 grand in debt between the loans that I had for the house, and then I had my credit cards as well, and then I was, using the credit cards to pay for like everyday life, and then taking the salary to pay for filming.
Aye.
So the pressure was unbelievable, man. When I think back to it, that's where you go. Did I feel down? I was like, no, I'm going to prove that I'm going to prove this.
Aye.
But that's where I struggled, because it was the pressure was unbelievable when you're in debt like that.
'Cause it's a big risk, but with big
Like
risk
you
comes
say.
big reward.
And if I could have seen 8, 7, 6 years ahead to now, and seen how well it was received and how well it's done, I'd have went, oh, it's worth it.
Aye.
But back then you go, don't even know. I believe it's going to.
Questioning yourself and all that. Aye.
And then everybody that was filming as well, because these guys are super talented. Graham, Brian, Drew, honestly, phenomenally talented guys. They're managing my expectations. They're going, by the way, mate, this is a proof of concept. Don't expect this to go anywhere. Just to let you know, like, manage my expectations. And I'm going, no, by the way, this is going somewhere. Like, I know what we have. I know the script. We've only filmed half of it. I can see the rest of it. But what we've filmed right now, we're on track, and I'm trying to motivate them because this is their full-time thing. So they're then working on another project, they're working on another project and another project. So I need to try and keep these guys motivated to come back.
Aye, sure.
Because when you filmed half of it over 3-4 years, it's like, is that thing really happening? So there's all these things that you're trying, and that's when I felt down, mate. That's when I felt like I'm struggling here. I've spent all this money. We're 4 years in. We're only halfway through. COVID hit. Couldn't film, and I was like,
talk about it, man.
Mate, I'm going, am I mental? Is there something wrong with me? Like, am I just delusional? Am I just putting all this time and effort in for nothing? But when I had already started the journey, and I'm halfway through, so you says, I'm in. I can't turn back now. I can't throw in the towel. I need to see it through. So see that week it came out, mate, and it now number 1 in the UK. I can't put any words that feeling, mate. Honestly, just, it wasn't even, it was like, I was right. Do you know what I mean? Relief. It was relief. Aye.
Oh, I can imagine, man. I can imagine.
And you're going,
it's life-changing moments, though, and I think that's what's critical about the conversation is you could have turned your back, you could have walked away, because think how many people have. Right? Think how many people have had ideas similar to yours, and realised, they went for competitions and they went to raise money, and it's just been no. And by the way, because you're always getting your nose in your liver, guys.
Yeah.
Fact. Yeah. Right? No, interested. And that's enough to get your head down.
Yeah.
But when you're motivated, right, and you're driven, you just keep going. But there's always those times, isn't there, when you're going, am I doing the right thing here?
Aye.
Like, I was 2 years into my business, right, and I said to my wife, look, I worked oil and gas. I had quite a high-profile job living in Dubai. And I said to my wife, I've been offered a job to go back to oil and gas. It's 200 grand a year, basic salary. I says, what do you think? She says, James, there was a reason why you gave it up in the first place to start your own business. She's like, just keep digging deep. So I was lucky I had somebody supporting me when I was doubting myself. Yeah. Right? And my wife she's more risk averse than I am. I'm much more a risk taker. Yeah. But see, having somebody there saying, I believe in you. Yeah. Like, I believe in you, James. I believe you can do this. That was amazing. Did you have anybody in your life that, or was it just you driven?
I have people in my life that are really supportive, and I'm thankful for them for that, because they've been on this journey with me as well. And you talk about your wife. If it's tough for you, it's tough for them as well. Yes. Do you know what I mean? Because you're driven by the how, you find the what. Yeah. But if you're sitting watching that, it's like, you've got your doubts, the other person's going to have their doubts as well. It can break marriages, by the way, in relationships when there's that much pressure on. I can 100% understand that. But I've got great support around me, from family, partner, and all that stuff, mate. They must have been dead proud when that hit number 1. I mean, I know what you must have felt like, but they must have been like feeling it for you. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? They're like, oh, thank God. Yeah. And that is it, mate. It's not just you who goes in the journey. And that's what I'm saying, like, that's why I keep going back to Graham, Brian and Drew. Like, they were on that journey as well, man. And stuck by you. You've got your own business. So you're the face of it. Yep. You've got the successful podcast, you've got the successful business, but yourself, it's that team that's behind you. It's the team behind me, mate. That allows me to come out. I mean, I'm not work today, I'm doing my podcast all day, because I built a team. So I built a team, and we've got systems and we've got processes, and they just go get your shit. Like, by the way, I see success and excuses. I say that all the time, whether it's my daughter, people in my business. See, when they come to me with an issue, I always say, you can have success or excuses, you can't have both. Is that an excuse? Yeah. What's the solution? All right. All right. I use that saying all the time. Yeah, and it's true though, isn't it? I went on one of these kind of like mindset courses and all that, and the one that they came out with, it's quite similar. Is that you're lying in bed, or you're grabbing your oar was the thing. And I always, one of the things that stuck. It's like, are you just going to lie about and feel sorry for yourself, or are you just going to get up and you're just going to do it? And and that process, mate, 8 years, and you talk about COVID, you couldn't film, and the guys were doing that. They were literally filming before, and it was like, see, as soon as we finish this one, then we'll be back on Concrete Jungle. And it was literally the day that they stopped filming that one, the couple of days later was lockdown, and I'd been waiting for about a year, mate, to get going again, and it honestly, it was like, obviously there's bigger problems in the world, but for me, having a dream,
soul destroying,
honestly, mate, I was like, again, like, I was just, I have to wait again. And then everybody was kind of losing interest a wee bit. So that this is where you talk about your success excuses. I was like, everybody switched off to this. I downloaded Adobe Pro, and I taught myself how to edit, and I put a trailer together for the stuff that we filmed, and then I shared it with everybody that was a part of it, and then that just got everybody going again.
Them back up.
Everybody was like,
success and excuses, my man. Success and excuses, isn't it?
Honestly, people were like, oh, but that looks quite good, and I'm like, we need to get this over the line. Got going again, found a way, and then last day of filming, Graham, who co-directs me, broke his leg on set, mate. So we had to wait another 6 months till his leg healed before we could do the last day again. But that was just.
How was it? How did the team feel when it was hot number one? You must have been on the phone, not texting.
The group chat was on fire.
We've made it. We're going to be millionaires.
I was happy for them because they're trying to make it as well. So all these actors are working for free, right? So they're trying to get a good show reel so that they can go for jobs and say, here's my show reel. So for them now, they can go for auditions and say, I was a big part of the number one show in the UK on STV Player. The guys behind the scenes, if they're talking to clients and they're trying to get a gig, they can say, this is what I was a part of and this is what I filmed. So I'm happy for them. See, to be honest, you'll relate to this. See, that week, I felt relief for about a minute. I was happy for them. It's like kind of like being a football manager. You see a football manager and see when they win the league, they're happy for about 2 minutes and they're happy for the players.
Then it's like, what's next?
The wheels are turning.
The wheels never stopped, didn't they know?
I mean, that's what it was like for me. I was like, I'm so happy for everybody else. How do I capitalise on this?
What's next? How do I make it happen?
So see, after that, mate, if you go on the TikToks and all that, every single trailer after that is number one show in the UK. And that's where my mind went. I was like, I need to jump on this to get the word out there even further. Man. So just made trailer after trailer, number one in the UK. I was posting screenshots constantly, and then that's when the word of mouth kicked off. That's where the newspapers started getting in touch saying, can we do articles and all this stuff, and then it would be in the paper, and then it would jump back up to number 3, number 2, and it was like, it was just
I can't mind how I found it then. Was it maybe, did I see it on TikTok advertised, or I think it was on STV Player, and I was searching. We just finished Gangs of London or something.
Yeah.
And it was after that, and I seen the Concrete Jungle, and it was Glasgow's version. I'm like, oh man, let's watch that.
That's nuts.
And that was I think it was that 6 months ago, maybe longer. When did it first go up?
March the 3rd.
March the 3rd? So, okay. So, a few months ago then.
So, it came out March the 3rd, and then I think Gangs of London, new series, came out a few weeks later. And then The City's Hours came out about a month or two later.
That's right.
And I was like, there's a lot of gangster shows here. So, I think it might have helped it, because people just looking for the next thing.
They had big, bonkers budgets, man. Know what I mean?
You know, in social media, right, there's always going to be some people that have a go at it. It's part of the reason I couldn't be bothered with it in the first place. Like, some of the comments like, oh, this isn't as good as The City's Hours or the Gangs of London. I'm like, well, give me 2 million, 3 million an episode, and we'll see what I can do.
And I'll make it better.
Do you know what I mean? But then that's the mentality people would go.
On a $5,000 budget, get it up you.
Pilot.
Get it up you.
When do you ever? This is what gives me motivation to keep going. When do you ever watch one episode of a series and go, oh, that was really good, I want to watch more? You go, that was quite good, or that's all right, I'll keep watching to see how it goes. Normally it's like episode 3 or 4.
You're right into it
because you know the characters, you know what the story is. Whereas this was like one episode. To your point, that many people are going, I wanted the next episode right away. I wanted to know what happens next. So,
and by the way, the second time I watched it, I still was thinking, Where's the other episode?
So that for me is the biggest compliment, mate. You can't get a bigger compliment than that. And that's why for me I'm going, if I don't get a series commissioned, I'm making a movie. And I just need to get investors and I need to get the money.
Get it out there on social media. Get a page set up. Honestly, man, you'd be able to raise cash like that, no problem.
Yeah.
Honestly, I cannot wait for it. Can't wait.
I'm talking to people just now about another kind of show that I've got ready, and I'm like,
you've got the bug now, haven't you?
100%, mate.
You're in.
But imagine that this is your dream for 10 years and nothing's ever happening, and you're just going through life, and all of a sudden, it's like the door opens. I'm just going, I need to. Like I've had this in my head.
It's how everybody starts. Everybody thinks like all these famous producers and all. They all started somewhere, didn't they?
Small.
They all started like struggles, scraping by, and someday. I mean, go back to the whole Rocky Sylvester Stallone story. I mean, 6 years of a script.
Yeah.
Nothing else but a script until he decided to go for it himself.
Did you hear the part where he sold his dog?
Aye.
Aye. I think he bought his dog back for like 200 grand or something like that. And it's just...
But that's the point you're making though, isn't it? It's when you know you're capable of something, right? Whether it's a script that you know that's worked, a pilot that's worked, or a new project, when you know I'm capable, I can do this, I can make this happen. It's going to be really hard, but I think I can do this. I've got that in my head, is set on this. I've visualised it, I can see it. I'm going to make it happen. I don't know how I'm going to make it happen. I'm going to make it happen.
Yeah.
And it's a bug.
You talk about visualising it. Do you do all that? Do you try and sit and visualise things and imagine it? And
huge part of it, because we teach leadership and business development, and the thing that triggers mindset is vision.
Yeah.
If you can't see, so for example, but I mean, vision's not always a positive thing, right? Because you can have a vision, a negative vision of the world. You can have a negative vision of the Scottish making movies because of so you can start to build a negative vision, and that holds you back. Or you can build a positive vision. You can see it, you can feel it, you can taste it. You're almost telling yourself, like, in 24 months from now, this is what's going to have happened, and this is how it's going to make me feel, and this how many views I've got.
Yeah.
That's a positive vision, right? So vision's not always a positive thing, but it's building that picture in your mind. And once you build the picture, that's when the mindset starts.
Yeah.
That's the triggering mechanism for your mindset. Is building that vision. Problem is, most people struggle to really picture what it is they're trying to achieve.
So what do you do then? Do you sit down and you've got your business, you imagining a month from now, 12 months from now? Years.
I'm years. And so there's two parts to how you do it. So you've got your kind of immediate business, the stuff that's happening this week, this month, this year.
Yeah.
I generally don't get involved in that now. Right? I still get
operationally.
The operationally, all gets done. When I'm looking 6, 12, 24, I'm looking way into the future. I mean, I'm looking about hiring people that I don't need to know.
Yeah.
I'm interviewing, I don't need them for another 6 months, but I'll hire them, I'll bring them on board, I'll get them trained up so that when I need them and I'm ready to expand, I've got somebody that hits the ground running, because I'm all about, like, see when you offer something, right, it's got to make people feel something.
Yeah.
Right. Now, whether that's a movie or it's a training program, they've got to feel something. They've got to be able to look at them and go, I think I can do that. I believe I'm capable of that. And that's what vision does, in my opinion. And that's so in my vision, right, I live in this world, right? My vision is I can achieve whatever I want. Like, see if my business failed, and obviously I hate putting this out in the world, but if it had ever failed, I'll start again. Like, I've got the blueprint for success. You've got the blueprint for making a good movie or a good pilot. You've got the blueprint. You know what you're doing now. Even though you still consider yourself as I'm an amateur in it, you know what you're doing. I'm the same. I know how to do this shit. It's just that simple.
And where did you learn that from?
I didn't. It's through past experiences. So I left school, no qualifications. kind of quite a hard upbringing.
Yeah.
I mean, when I say working class, I was proper working class. Like we were skint, man.
Yeah.
Like I had 3 sisters. I got hand-me-downs from my fucking sisters. I know people think, how can you get hand-me-downs with training shoes? My older sister would get the good trainees, and when she was done with them, I'd get them. But I'm not kidding you. And so I was proper working class. A lot of people say working class, but there's real working class, and then there's, you know, I don't consider working class. So my life was a struggle, but my dad was a grafter. He was an absolute grafter. So I had the ethics, the work ethics, and I used to look at people, right, and I'd say, let's say they're in a fancy job or I've got a fancy job title, and I would look at them and go, the only reason they're in that position is because they've got more knowledge than me. So if I go and gain the knowledge, books, I'm a huge into my books and all that. If I go and gain the knowledge, I can be as good as that person.
Yeah.
And that's my mindset. My whole world revolves around being the best leader. My whole being, you know, teaching the best content in the planet, you know, the latest in neuroscience. And it's just something that I've developed throughout life, because I was probably what they would call cocky when I was younger.
Yeah.
But I wasn't confident.
Yeah.
Because I would be comparing myself to other people.
Bravado.
So it's something that I've actually developed, Anton, over the years. Now I just don't even see negativity. Like my brain is just switched off.
Yeah.
Like completely switched off with negativity.
And was that through the books or was that through the experiences?
Both.
Aye.
Both. I listen to podcasts and books every day of my life, except on a Sunday.
Right.
So 6 days a week, I do an hour podcast or an hour audiobook. And it's always about, so if I was into movies and films, I would be listening to movies and films, and if I was trying to raise funds, I'd be going to listen to a podcast or an audio book on how to do crowdfunding and where's the best platforms and how do I start. I am constantly submersing my mind and how do I get to that next level, and that's where the vision comes in again. Because once you start to read a book or a podcast and you start to ask yourself questions, you start to believe you're capable, all of a sudden you're building that vision again.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
That's the magic, man.
It's interesting, isn't it?
That's the magic.
And what was the best books that you read?
Oh, Jesus, I've got hundreds of them, man. Hundreds.
If you were to give top 2.
For my top, number 1 is Grit by Angela Duckworth.
Never heard that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
It's basically what I teach.
Yeah.
She just uses different language. So Grit by Angela Duckworth. Success or Excuses by James Fleming.
Oh, there you go.
By the way, this one's for you. There you go. It's on audio and all.
I set that up.
I was a perfect setup.
Did you set me up there for that? That's magic.
So Angela Duckworth, Grit, and then Harv T. Aker, The Millionaire Mindset.
Right.
I listened to The Millionaire Mindset. It was one of the first audiobooks I listened to when I first came back from Dubai to the UK, and I was living up in Aberdeen at the time, and I used to travel back up and down because my family was down here, so every weekend I'd be up and down, and all the way up and all the way down and all the way up and all the way down I would listen to T. Harv Eker, The Millionaire Mindset. Holy shit, man.
Yeah.
I mean, holy shit. It's a book, that is.
Yeah.
An audio book. I'm a lot more audio than reading, but they're your two. Grit, Angela Duckworth, and T. Harv Eker, The Millionaire Mindset.
I'm going to listen.
It is absolutely. I mean, I've got loads.
Yeah.
Like if you're in business, the entrepreneurial roller coaster, you know, the Chimp Paradox. I mean, I could go on and on and on about really good books, but those two really stand out.
And do you ever kind of like get any like the law of attraction stuffs and all that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Problem with law of attraction is people think that all you need to do is visualize.
Yeah.
And imagine. And you'll be successful. That's a lot of pish.
Yeah.
Right? You've got to do something, man.
Yeah.
You can visualise and dream all you want. A dream without actions, you know, is nothing.
Aye.
You know, so you've got to do. And I mean, you're living proof. You're sitting here and you had the dream, you had the challenges, you had the no's, but you still took action. You found a way, and that's why my saying, you know, it's in the want to.
Yeah.
You find the how to. Because if you want something bad enough, right, you'll find a way.
I know.
You will find a way.
It's crazy, isn't it? Because usually, like you say, you need the action, you work hard, but then sometimes just crazy things happen where something falls into place at the right time. So, for example, how it ended up in STV Player. So, again, I've filmed the pilot, I've got no idea. I've got no connections in it. It's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I don't believe that, because again, that's just a limitation.
Yeah, it's a
I'll
limitation.
find a way.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But I've gone, I don't know how. So I've got it. And I'm thinking, this is brilliant. I think people will love it. But what do I do? And then my mate phones me and he goes, we're filming at the Scottish Screenwriters Festival. So we're filming, it's going as a webinar. Do you want to come along? Basically, he's like, I can't get you a free ticket. He says it's 150 quid for the weekend. He's like, but it might be worth it. So I'm like, 150 quid, a lot of money to me at times. Do you know what I mean? At that point as well, because this was like last year. And then I was like, right, okay, do you know what? I got the phone call. You never know what happens. I got the ticket. So it was on my birthday. The first day of the festival. I was in Alton Towers the day before. So we drove back up. So I think I get home about like 4 o'clock in the morning. So we'd done a full day in the park, got home, done the drive, roads were closed. We ended up travelling half England just to get home at midnight in the fog. It was horrendous. Woke up my birthday and I was shattered, mate. And I was like, can I be bothered going to this? And I went, do you know, sometimes things just fall into place at the right time. You never know what happens. I was like, just get up out of bed and just go. And I went to the festival. I walked in late. So as soon as I walked in, the whole room's turning around looking at me, and I'm like, good start. And the guy,
there's a big Glasgow gangster.
They didn't know who I was.
Aye.
And it was like, walked in, and then the first person who was speaking, it was Ian Smith. So Ian Smith, big name in the industry. I get there, I'm sitting in the crowd, he's talking about all these big projects he's had. Ending any questions, I put my hand up and I'm like, I filmed this pilot, I don't know what to do with it. Like, how do I get it out there? And mate, he grilled me and he put me on the spot, and people were laughing at me in that room because I just didn't have the answers. I've never pitched anything before. I've never been, he was asking me questions I wasn't prepared for. And obviously the guys filmed it, so we've got the video. Mate, people are laughing at me in the crowd because he is grilling me, and it's not a negative to him. He's just asking questions that people would ask.
Absolutely.
And I was just,
absolutely.
And then I'm going, I think it's better than 90% of stuff that's out there just now, and I think if it went on TV tomorrow, people would love it, and people are rolling their eyes and all that stuff, mate. So see, for the rest of the day, I was the Glasgow gangster drama guy, and every speaker after that was pretty much taking the piss out of me, because it was like, you know, when he stood up and he said that thing and he kind of failed, and what you should have said was this, but everybody knew who I was. And then on the break, the Jonathan Tate for STV went like that, listen mate, send it to me. He's like, I'm interested, I'll watch it, just send it across and just I'll get a bash. Sent it to him, mate, and he was like, I love it. He's like, I absolutely love it. And he's like, it's a risk for us because we've never had anything this dark or this gritty before, he said, but I want to put it on the Player. And then it went, obviously,
it's dark. I mean, it's brutal. It's Gangs of London did that.
It's a hard watch at points, you know what I mean?
It's brutal.
But he was like, we'll take a chance on it. And I think to myself, if my mate hadn't phoned me, told me about the seminar, told me about the festival, if I hadn't just got myself out of bed, if I hadn't asked the question, if I hadn't embarrassed myself, wouldn't be sitting here right now and we wouldn't be talking about this conversation. So that's what it's like. He says, you piece that together. You know, I've been visualising this for years, mate, and to your point, I'm visualising the next 5 and 10 years. I can see it all. I can see the different movies, the different TV shows, my production company, all that stuff, mate. That's what drives me in the morning, at night, 2 hours, and it's like that vision, and it's just the wee different circumstances and coincidences that happen, and you just need to put your hand up, ask a question, embarrass yourself, put yourself out there, and you just don't know what happens. Don't know what can happen.
Just put yourself out there, that's it, innit? And that leads me on perfectly to closing off the podcast. I ask all my guests their top 3 pieces of advice in life, whether it's somebody trying to get into the movies or somebody just chasing their dream. What's your top 3 pieces of advice?
The first one's never give up. Because as we've said, you know, you're in that situation where you were going, well, go back to Dubai, and you've got a carrot dangled in front of you at $200,000, right? So, you know, you didn't give up and you're in a better position now for it. So you don't give up if it is what you really want to do, because you've only got one life. So hang in there. Be patient, because, you know...
Takes time, man.
Takes time. Well, Amazon world, we want everything today. It does take time. And then I think do what you love, know what you think you need to do.
Aye.
Because you can do what you need to do while you try and do what you love.
Absolutely.
And at some point, the two things can come together.
Anton, that's amazing. What a chat, mate. Listen, all your details will be on the podcast anyway, but if somebody wants to get a hold of you or they haven't seen the movie yet, how do they get a hold of you?
STV Player, so it's like you said, it's in the top 10 for the year, so it's in there when you log in. Hopefully it's not been kicked out, no, hopefully nobody's overtaken it. And then I'm on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that stuff, and then the website as well. You can send us an email. So so if you're interested in investing, or if you're interested in connecting, because again, when I make a movie, I'll need things like locations, cars, premises, businesses, all that kind of stuff. So if you've got something that you can offer, then let's partner up, and I would be glad to.
Anton O'Donnell, Concrete Jungle, let's make it happen.
Exactly.
Listen, mate, absolute brilliant chat, and thank you so much for coming along.
Enjoyed it, mate. Thanks for having me on. Appreciate it.